Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review The Sand. The beach is killer.
Directed by Isaac Gabaeff, starring Jamie Kennedy, Brooke Butler, and Mitchel Musso, The Sand is about a group of 20-somethings that wake up hungover on a beach from a party they had the night before. They realize that all of their friends are missing, and anything that touches the sand gets eaten. So what do we like? Now, not knowing anything about this movie going in, it is a one-location movie. So everybody's kind of stranded and they're trying to figure out how to get out of the situation that they're in. And I think they did it fairly well given the different situations that they could do using like a car, a beach house, and a picnic table, and a trash can.
They definitely knew how to build tension in a one-location situation. Like, they had a lot of long takes, they had a lot of suspense being built of like them trying to communicate and reach each other and get from one point to the next without actually going anywhere. So that part was well executed.
The pacing was pretty solid considering like not a lot of people even moved from their spots.
I thought the acting was really well done in this film. I particularly loved Jamie Kennedy's character. It was like a new life was brought into the film, just how entertaining and funny he was.
The whole cast all around, especially Brooke Butler, we've seen her in All Cheerleaders Die. She did a great job as the strong female lead. And it was nice to have a female-driven movie. The guys really take a backseat in this one, and the girls are working together to figure out how to get off the beach.
Yeah, I completely agree with Jay with having a strong female lead in this with Brooke Butler. When we first saw All Cheerleaders Must Die, I fell in love instantly.
I liked her man Gilbert, who was stuck in a trash can the whole movie. Just for being in a trash can, he was hilarious. There's a lot of comedy, and I don't know if all of the comedy in this movie is intentional, but it seems like it is. It seems like really, really cheesy, and I'm hoping it was on purpose.
The special effects in this film actually caught me off guard because I didn't know what to expect, and when we see our first on-screen kill, it was pretty well done, seeing like the face suction to the sand and just like the eyeball coming out. There wasn't that many on-screen kills, but what you saw was very graphic.
Okay, now what didn't we like? The visual effects, well, yes, they were graphic. They were very poorly done. A lot of the blood sprays were your standard CGI blood spray that you get in like the Action Essentials from Video Copilot that everybody uses. I think like some of the tentacles coming from like the sand, those were kind of cool, but I mean, overall, the visual effects are not good. However, they did try. Like there is one shot where like somebody's like defocused in the background and Brooke Butler's just kind of like walking up the ramp. I mean, it would have taken a lot to do that compositing. So the compositing was done well, but the actual effects themselves, not so great.
This is a tough dislike to talk about because I don't know whether it's towards how the lines were delivered or how the story itself was presented. It's really confusing to know in these situations if it's satirical or serious.
Almost everything that anyone says is awkward because of the situations that they're in.
It's very over the top. It's someone like reaching for something in the sand, and they build so much tension for this one little thing, like I'm going to grab like a banana on the ground, and like everyone's screaming like, no, not the banana!
It's weird because all of the big intense moments are just nothing. Like opening a car trunk or throwing a bottle of sunscreen is like the biggest deal.
You can make it.
Let me try.
So when somebody successfully throws sunscreen, every single person is just like, great job, Jonah. Nice arm. Way to go. Everyone's just like patting everybody on the back for like the most minuscule things. And it has to be satirical. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings. The Sand is not a brilliant movie, but it is a really fun movie, especially if you're gonna watch it with some friends. They made use of one location really well. Considering that, the pacing was pretty well done. I was not bored whatsoever during this movie, and I thought all of the characters were likable. It's just a fun time. However, I did think that the visual effects were not stellar, and I think we could have used a little bit more of like anything really, because a lot of shots were like super tight shots with people's reactions. It's like all reactions, this movie, but it's a good time anyway. So I'm gonna give this 3 gooey eggs out of 5.
It's gooey.
The sand for me was right up the middle. I enjoyed the concept of this film, and it was different seeing some kind of creature in the sand sucking people up. It was cool how they built the tension on just one location to create a movie that was interesting without going above and beyond with lots of different sets and tons of character development, because we got to know the characters and we got to know the situation, and it was all done just in one spot, which you don't really see in a lot of films. The downside to this is you don't know whether it's a serious film or whether it's a satire on the genre, because it's hard to tell between the two with the acting style and how the film was cut and shot. So that being said, I'm gonna give this 2.5 runaway railings out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on The Sand. And if you haven't seen it and you want to check it out, there's links in the description on where you can find it. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay updated with our reactions, reviews, and games of What Would You Do.